All my yarny friends, this is Dora, that yarny zebra, and I am going to do a short little tutorial on how to make um, a thermal hot pad for your kitchen. Um, this is a very simple pattern or stitch once you get started. The first part can be a little tricky, but I have a big skein of 100% cotton. It's variegated. This is part of my stash buster that my sister bought me this last week at G&W Boutique. So it did not have a label on it. And I am recycling it into a beautiful hot pad for my kitchen. If you've ever been on and seen any of my vlogs before, you can tell that this is my kitchen color. It's in turquoise, country blue, country kitchen in turquoise and teal and all those other luscious colors. But I'm going to leave our little tail pulling out here. I've already got some yarn loose. Today is still for the next 4 minutes, January the 16th, 2020. So this is the 2020 year of vision, and in this video you will see me doing a thermal stitch, making a very thick and thirsty hot pad, and I am using my 8mm clover hook. Let me see if I can pull that into focus. If not, you can take my word for it. It is an L. So I was going with a 5mm hook earlier when I first was working on doing this tutorial for you guys, and it was really thick and thirsty and tight. This is a 4-ply cotton yarn that I'm using, and it was very tight. And if you had planned on using it, the project when it's completed, as a dishcloth, I'm thinking that it would be a little difficult to dry because of the thickness. I do have one that I made earlier back in probably October with the 100% cotton that I was using as a dishcloth, and the thickness of it and how difficult it was to actually dry had sort of turned it into a hot pad instead of a dishcloth. So it's in my kitchen and it's being used for that. I'm going to go ahead and chain 12 of these. I'm going to do this is how I do my slip knot to get started. Not everybody does it that way. This is just my way of doing it. And this is how I get it going. I'm going to show you that one more time just in case you are new at crocheting and you're trying to learn the techniques that people use. And this is how my grandmother taught me when I was like 6 or 7 years old. You just put your hook in here, give it a twist, and pull this through. And there you go. Absolutely. You can snug that down. All right. So we're just going to do 12 chains. You don't have to make them tight. 3, 4. Get back in there, darling. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, I'm going to look and see how long that is. And we're going to add 12 more because I want this to be a good sized 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let me move my yarn barf back a little bit. 21, 22, 23, 24. So I've got all of that. That's going to be the length that I want. Maybe a little long for some of you, but it's going to be okay. So you untangle this a little bit. No idea what's going on with that. Yeah. Get that straightened out. Get back into the channel, focus, camera focus. And, all right, what we're going to do next is, let me just do one more. That way we'll have a turning. This will make 25. So I'm going to turn this over. We're going to look at the back of our work. And we're going to find the spine. And you may be asking, what is a spine? Well, you look at your work, you can see that the side is just the V-stitch. And we're going to pull that in. I'm going to show you what the V-stitch. This is the V-stitch. It's hard to see the white, so I'm going to move on into the green. These are the V-stitches, and that's not the back of your work, that's the top of your work. So we're going to flip that over so you can see the back of your work. And here we have the little spine right here. It's called the spine. We're going to put our hook into the spine, and we're going to single crochet all the way down the spine. And if you want to see that a little bit closer, I know that's like right in your face, but I'm going to let that focus in and show you this little spine right here. Just go in with your yeah, we're going to get that going on. Oh, move that off of there. Here we go. All right. Get our stuff situated. Sorry, get back into the camera. Unfocus this thing out so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so we're just going to turn our work so you can see the spine. I'm just going to take and go into that with our hook. No yarning over, nothing. And we're just going to go into that spine. Pick up our yarn and pull it through. And yarn over and single crochet through that. Okay, let's go into the next one. Yeah, we got to get into that. Come on, baby. Don't be so difficult. I know, because I'm using a larger hook, we are going to struggle right now. It is a very tedious work when you're first beginning this, because you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, I'm never going to get this. Yeah, you will. Here's the other spine, or humpback. Some people are like, put your hook in the humpback, pull it through. It will become easier once we get past row 1 and row 2. You will see that this is not as struggle as it is appearing, but I'm going slow so you can get a good view of what's happening here. And moving right along. Go right into that spine. Pull through. I'm going to talk you through a few more of these. Make sure you've got it turned. All right. Go into the spine. Pull up your working yarn. Yarn over. Pull through the spine. Yarn over. Pull through both loops. Okay, we're going to do a couple more of these, and then I'll come back when I'm at the end. Okay, let's go through this spine and pull it up a little closer for you. Get your working yarn, yarn over, pull through the loop. You've got 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both. All right. I'm going to do one more with you. I'm going into your spine here. Pick up a loop. You got 2 on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2. All right. So we've got a few more to go, and I'm going to meet you back at the very end, and we'll see what we have from there. All right, friends, I have made it to the very last spine, and I'm pulling that through. This looks like it could possibly be a little spine there. I'm thinking that it may be the turning chain, but let's see if we can actually get into that. If so, then we will do another stitch here. Personally, it is a stitch, but it's looking a little bit tedious for me. I'm going to turn my hook this way and go into it. Pull it up. Aha! And here we go. This is it. Turn that work and look back at what you have. All right. So now we're going to work into the back loop. Pull all this stuff good. I'm going to work into the back loop here. All right. So let's find ourselves our working yarn. I'm going to chain 1. We usually chain 1 before we turn our work, but here we go. We've chained 1. Get this all straightened out here. Chain 1. And we're just going to work in the back loop. You go right between those 2 V's, and you just going to do the single stitch in this back loop all the way across. And you will see that this is going to be our very important working. Whoop, come back here, Sassy. Let's get it back on here. Yeah, you will see that working in this back loop is going to be how our thermal stitch is going to take place. Right now, this is just a simple back loop, single crochet all the way across. So let's keep going. I'll meet you when I get to the end. Okay, guys, we are here at the very last stitch. We're going to go in to this. Oh, yeah. Very last back loop. Chain 1. Turn your work. All right. Take a quick look. This is coming out pretty good. And I want you to turn your work this way and get a good look-see at what we have. All right. And this is going to be a different kind of stitch. You probably will be thinking, whoa, what are we doing next? Well, we're going to take, you see this? Okay, I'm going to get my little helper here. Here we have the back loop. And this is the back loop from the front loop, actually, from the other side that we left behind because we used the back loop in our last round. So we need to get our stitches. We need to get our hook into both of these. And then we're going to get our hook and go into here. And then do a single crochet. So let's get that going on. We've done our turn. We've got our turning chain. We're just going to hook right in. Get it right into that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm out of the camera. I'm sorry. Let me get in the camera here. Yes. Get her in there. Here we go. All right, get our working. I'm going to pull it through, and we're just going to do a single crochet. And here we go. We're going into the back loop here, and the back loop that we see here, that was the front loop from earlier. We're going to pull through, do a single crochet all the way across, guys. We're just going to go into those 2 loops, pull it up, single crochet, lay it down so you can see where you're going, go through both of those. The first 2 or 3 rows of this, or rounds as we call them, will look pretty weird or feel pretty weird, but you're going to really pick this up quickly once we get started here. You remember, just go through. Those loops, get them on your hook. Pull your working yarn through and pull through too. And I just want you to look at it when you get a chance and feel the thickness there. This is really going to make a good little hot pad, and it's also going to be not too thick to be used as a dishcloth. So just getting hooked in right here and bring it around. Do a couple more of these with you, and then we're going to go on to the end And I will meet you back. It's going to get easier the farther you get along with this pattern, the easier it's going to be. I'll meet you back in just a bit. All right, so I've done a few more rows, but I am not going to complete this on film for sake of time. I'm already past 20 minutes talking about it and getting us started. We have our, I'm going to do this last one for you and get us hooked up here. Oh, come on, baby. Back loop. Come here. Come here, darling. Yeah. Well, I missed my... I'm not even in the camera. Please forgive me. All right, let's get it in here and pull this through, y'all. And this is it. If this was your very last round, just going to tell you my way of ending. And my finished one is not here with me right now. So I'm going to show you just how I would end it if I was finishing the last row and wanted to make a hanger on it so that it can dry properly. Yeah, I usually would just do about 20 stitches, make 20 chains, and then you would just take and join it right here with a slip stitch so that you can have something to hang your hot pad up. And of course you're not finished. This you're going to do about, it's up to you how many rounds you want to do to get to where you want it to be. This is the thickness. It is very thirsty and cushy thick, perfect for putting a hot pan on because it is cotton. It will not melt like acrylic. But this is